Normally, I never show my tattoo because I always thought that I have other many tattoos on my body and I always keep them for myself. So tattoo for me are very personal. And this is actually the number of people I killed. No, kidding. No. My whole family has a very strong background in hospitality. The father of my mom had 3 restaurants in Geneva. My uncle, my grand-uncle was actually cooking for the Tsar of Russia. My mom had a couple of restaurants and I was helping him on the weekend. And I see her fighting with the chef because the sous chef was sick. And this is where I step in and I thought that I was happy to try to help, to do the staffers, cleaning the kitchen. I knew that the first feeling of the stress of the service, you know, the customer, you know, like the whole feeling of this stress was just made for me. And that's how at 13 years old, I decided to be a chef. It was quite obvious for me. So when I was 14 years old, when I start at school, I get my diploma and I go work in the 2 Michelin stars in Cannes. Back in the day, it was before Euro, and my first salary, my first paycheck was 1,500 francs for the whole month of work. And I promised that I will pay to my mom 3 Michelin stars or 2 Michelin stars on the area, which will be the best, that my mom and me, we go have a meal. So in my garage, in my hometown, in my house, in my mom, I still have the bill of the invoice of that dinner we did together with the menu that we eat. Yeah, it was a beautiful memory. I think it humbles me a lot. It humbles me a lot because I think when I was young, and I think it's part to be young, you know, you need to fuel your ego. French, we are very, you know, like ego-centered, where we think we are the best, we think we have the best cuisine. Which, yes, we have an amazing story, an amazing terroir, an amazing country, an amazing cooking, I would say, industry. But I think I also like the variety of Asia. The DNA of French is always to try to find the best ingredients. Most of the time, we always want to bring it from overseas, from France. I will feel that stupid to do that because, you know, we are here in Vietnam, use the best ingredients from here and try to master this. I'm a chef for 30 years. I'm still passionate going to the market and finding these little ingredients which I didn't know about it and then tasting it like, wow, what is that, you know? And I think it's something I love to do. I want to stay like this until I die. It's an ongoing process where you always try to push and evolve without stopping. Now I have a couple of restaurants, Michelin stars too. I feel that I was looking for something else because self-recognition is important to build your confidence and to build who I am now. But I'm less, I would say, attracted by only get, you know, the light on me. I rather have the light on my chef here. I rather to have the lights on the people who works with me. But as soon as you have the right staff next to you and the right partners with you, I think it's such a great feeling because you see yourself evolving, getting bigger. And it's an amazing feeling. I think you can be fear about an insect, you can be fear about an animal, you can be fear about your wife, you can be fear of being bankrupt. There's a lot of fears. I think I had some in my life for sure, but I think it's part of the process. You can get star, yes, and you can glorify yourself your whole life, but if you don't make it work financially and you don't creating wealth for what you're trying to do, you're losing job or you're losing the partner with who you work with, and I think this feeling is way more fearful than just losing a star. You know, if you look at my 6-7 restaurant, we talk about 200, 300 staff, which is not all employed by me, but they count on me to make sure that we keep the standard. We're keeping, you know, this progress of this machine who's keep pushing, evolving, getting better, getting bigger, where I offer to all of them a great path of career. So I have this responsibility. I don't take it as a fear. I take it as a challenge, or where I need to help those people like I've been helped when I was younger. I don't know, because I hit 45, I maybe have inside me a feeling where first having my son 2.5 years ago has changed me even more. It has matured me in the way that it was no more about me. It's about my family, it's about him, and it's about my daughter. And I realize for a couple of years now that I have tends to scare some people sometimes, you know. And for me, it's still something I didn't figure it out, or I understand, but it's just that I can see not everyone has the same passion or drivenness, and sometimes when you're like this, it can be a bit too much, you know. What I love in my life to be a chef, there are different cycles. Cycle 1 was to be the sponge, learn from the best. Then I will say, be yourself and be your own brand and be your own chef. And I did that for 10, 15 years now. And then I feel that it was time to even go further. I don't put any pressure in terms of outcome, because sometimes you need to enjoy the process. That's what I encourage people to do.